What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's USDN short. This is number 4 of the series that I am doing. As everybody knows, I am the chairman of the United States Department of Nerds, where we are for the people, by the people, and of the people.
It's a trap!
So what's up, everybody, and welcome to New Comic Book Day for the week of October the 30th. Before we get into my recommendations for the week, I'd like to point out that this week saw 221 new releases and 458 releases overall. Big numbers once again this week. So this week I'm going to do it a little bit different. I want to start out with a shout out to Dynamite Comics for Thundercats number 9. And our good friend here on the podcast, Drew Moss, who had their book this week had 23 variant covers for issue number 9, which was the most this week, according to CLZ. Big numbers once again, and the guys over at Dynamite are really doing a good job right now with everything they're doing. So let's jump into my recommendations for the week, and I'm doing it this week by publisher. And I'm going to start with Image Comics this week. So Image Comics this week I picked up 2 books from them. To start with was Spawn Kills Every Spawn, book 4 of a 5-issue series right here. These have all had really cool cartoonish covers, and it's been a really fun series. Not to be taken too seriously, but it has been a really fun series. So next up, from Image is Spawn number 358, Virgin variant by Paul Renan. I hope I said his name right. If not, I do apologize, Paul. But this was a beautiful Virgin variant, and I really like this book. I've been reading this since issue number 1. I did get out of collecting for a while, so there's a large chunk that I am missing, but I have made those up in compendiums because I don't want to chase down every volume and spend a lot of money. So next up, we're jumping over to Darkhorse Comics this week, who had a lot of great releases as well. And I'm going to get started with Mark Millar's Nightclub 2. Now, this is the follow-on series from the original Nightclub, and it is a fantastic black, white, and red cover. And it was really cool. There is also a color variant of this one, but I really liked this cover. And oh, by the way, this book has already shot up in price. It is now a $7 cover, which I thought was really cool considering it just released today. Staying with Dark Horse, but jumping into Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, I have issue number 11 of The High Republic. I'm telling you now, these books have been absolutely fantastic. These take place a century before we jump into what transpired in the Acolyte series on Disney+. I'm not getting into the Acolyte. We're just not going to do that here. If you want to hear me talk about the Acolyte, you can go check that out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just do a USDN search and look for... What's up, Toby? Everybody say hi to Toby. He came to visit. So jumping back into another Mark Millar book, we have the Magic Order 5 right here. This is issue 2. This is a black and white cover. There's also a color variant of it as well. And I've really enjoyed this series. I've been reading it since the very beginning, and we're on the 5th iteration here. So the next up, I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited about this book because this marks the return of DC Vertigo. And they went away in 2020 due to the chairman of DC at the time wasn't a fan of the work that DC Vertigo did, so they shuttered up. But she resigned, and now DC Vertigo is back, as the guys over there are big fans of the Vertigo lineup. And so what are some of the titles from Vertigo that we have seen? We're talking Hellblazer. What else? Preacher and The Sandman were all originally on DC Vertigo, and I'm a big fan of all of those. But the book today is The Nice House by the Sea, which is the follow-on from The Nice House by the Lake, also by Tinian. And this is also a Tinian work as well. Really cool cover, really cool series if you're into horror. And I'm a big fan of Tinian, so I tend to read a lot of his stuff. So jumping into Marvel this week, my local comic shop did get last week's Marvel in on later that day, actually. So it wasn't really late. They were just running behind. But I picked up my Marvel this week, and I don't get a lot of Marvel. I don't want to hate on Marvel, but I don't collect a lot of it, is what I should say. But up first, actually, there's only two. Same series, book number 2 and book number 3 of Star Wars, The Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising. This is book number 2. Really cool book. And I really love this cover on number 3 with Luke there in the background. So I want to point out right now that Marvel's Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising, number 2 is a key issue. So what is a key? A comic key. A comic key refers to something significant about a comic book that makes it more collectible or desirable than other issues. And I know a lot of people chase key comics, so I did want to point that out. If you're one of those people, number 2, Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising, is a key comic due to the first appearances of Ziva Bliss and Jarek Yeager, which I thought was really cool. So that's my recommendations for New Comic Book Day for the week of October 30th. Let us know what you're picking up at your local comic book shop, or order it online even. Let us know what you thought about our 4th episode of USDN Shorts. Tell us what you would like to see on a USDN Short. As always, please hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Share us with your family, your friends, your loved ones. That's how we grow here at USDN and on the DFPN network. But on behalf of myself, the Council of Nerds, this USDN Short is USDN approved.
It's a trap!